Mythbreaker, Kiran Mazumdar-Shah and the Story of Indian Biotech is written by Seema Singh. Biography of Kiran Mazumdar-Shah given by Seema Singh. She was in journalism for 2 decades. She did a fellowship at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. She has written 1 Science and Technology for mainstream Indian publications like The Times of India, Mint Forbes, the specialist ones like IEEE Spectrum, Cell and New Scientist. Like Seema Singh explained about the biography of Kiran Mazumdar, like how she struggled in her entrepreneurial life. And a successful woman is one who can build a firm foundation with the bricks others have thrown at her. So that's how Kiran carried her life to become a best entrepreneur. And coming to her personal life, Kiran has born on 23rd March 1953 in Bangalore. She completed her initial schooling from Bishop Cotton Girls High School in 1968. She had aspired being a doctor, but she ended up doing her BSc in zoology from Mount Carmel College of the Bangalore University in 1973. She completed her postgraduate studies from Ballarat College, Melbourne University as a brewmaster. In the year 1978, she came to India. On March 25th, Kiran was in Baroda, helping her father wind up his business. Rasendra Mazumdar, Kiran's father, he has started a malting company in Baroda after his retirement from United Breweries as a chief brewmaster. The malting company in Baroda wasn't successful and the Rasendra has lost a part of their savings. Leslie Auchincloss is a managing director of Biocon Biochemicals in Ireland. He came to Baroda and he approached Kiran and told about his business which dealt with enzymes. Biocon Biochemicals in Ireland had been sourcing some raw material from India. But now Auchincloss wanted to set up a local company. He had come to Baroda in search of a partner who would start and run Biocon India. He convinced the Kiran to be a partner and run Biocon. And Kiran got accepted his proposal. Then she was into the business of Biocon India. There was a gender discrimination in the brewing industry. In September 1978, Kiran returned from Ireland by learning about 2 products making, that is Pepin and Isinglass. She struggled a lot of getting government approvals for starting Biocon Ireland. She started the Biocon with 10,000. At the time, business was not easy due to lack of money. Most of the banks refused to give loans because biotechnology was not familiar in India. And the other reason was female entrepreneur. She had difficulty in hiring people to work for Biocon India. She was very dedicated towards the work. After the office hours, she would go and work at the plant late in the night, even asking the worker to do the incomplete job. And like she had some professionals from United Breweries and some PhD students to work with her in Biocon. She got so many ups and downs in business, but she didn't take a step back. She took everything as a challenge and moved forward in those days. A woman brewmaster in India, in Indian breweries was difficult. By Kiran's hard work, the business got improved in 1986. For the first few years, Biocon India supplied Pepin and Isinglass to the parent company in Ireland. Kiran did not want to make Pepin all her life. She wanted to work with other microorganisms like fungi and yeast and use solid state fermentation. There was a new beginning, new challenges, when Unilever acquired the Biocon group with Quest International. After 18 months, Unilever convinced Kiran to dilute her stakes. In the opening meeting, Kiran gave a presentation. She said that there was three type of companies. Companies which make things happen and companies which watch things happen, companies which wonder what happened. She said Biocon India was the first type of company and Unilever was the third type. The 10-year business relationship that were evolved in the monthly group of managers. It shows that the Kiran has a tough lady to deal with. There were a cluster of business like Astra Research Center, Shanta Biotech, initiatives of Dr. K.J. Varaprasad to become Varaprasad Reddy. He came with hepatitis B vaccine, and India and China, nearly 90 million infections were spread at that time. Biocon and Ranbaxy. In 1996, Dr. Pavindra Singh and Kiran had a research partnership. Biocon started research for lovastatin by using their own strategic fit. In 1999, Biocon has an agreement with Dietic International to make textile enzymes. In 2002, 50-50 joint venture of Biocon and Shanta Biotech to manufacture human insulin. The collaboration between the two ventures was not successful. They dissolved it. Later in 2004, Biocon was ready with human insulin. Biocon worked on the insulin derivative of Novax oral HIM2 to improve its properties and develop a new molecule it named IN105. Kiran was interested in acquiring the manufacture monoclonal antibodies. She used to attend regular global conferences to build up her knowledge and professional network. Seria has licensed Nomotuzum to a few other partners with different territorial rights for making the drug. She funded that among all her partners, Biocon moved the fastest in conducting clinical trials. She gave compliments to Kiran that in most of the situations, Kiran was straightforward. So she said that she was happy with Biocon contribution. She made more than 2000 high value R&D licensing deals from 2005 to 2010. She helped Biocon to achieve global recognition and helped markets by acquisitions in licensing and partnership. Biocon diversified into various products of drugs with Affimax and got succeed. In this way of successful entrepreneurship, Kiran got so many struggles and so many ups and downs that she came up with very good attitude by supporting his with colleagues and doing her own strategies. Biocon led to rapid growth in pharmaceuticals between 2001 and 2004. Revenue grew 300% to 550 crores. The company acquired 90 acres in the neighboring industrial park to develop the further industries and research institutions like R&D. And after some years, Kiran got so many awards for her achievements and business growth, and she was the richest lady in the country and hardworking nature. And Kiran received many honors and accolades for her entrepreneurial achievements such as Padma Shri Award in 1989 and Padma Bhushan Award in 2005. She was deemed as the Businesswoman of the Year by the Economic Times. Kiran ranks 80 on Forbes list of 100 most powerful women in 2012. She was a dynamic entrepreneur. So that's how women till now she got a very good success in her life. So conclude is that everyone should learn from this great lady, that whatever the struggles and pains we are getting, still we can move forward and be a successful person in life. Thank you.